It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Vickers is the quickest, and he's followed by the Dodges of Casey Kane and Bobby Labonte. Trouble on the racetrack. Trouble.
That's Dale Earnhardt Jr. Big trouble involved, I think, with David Gilliland.
And guys, this is what we've been talking about. This practice right here. You did not want to wind up being victimized, trying to learn something with this race car, but you just, again, this is the worst of the worst.
So 9 minutes, 15 seconds into what was just supposed to be a 45-minute practice. Trouble, big trouble for Dale Earnhardt Jr.
And you can see immediately they're going to start unloading that backup car. They know there's no sense in even evaluating the damage on either one of these cars, really. Both these guys will get their backup car.
Let's take a look at what happened.
It just explodes.
The right rear tire did. I mean, right in the middle of the corner, and there was nowhere for David Gilliland to go.
Larry, when that tire exploded, it blew the whole back of the car off.
Another look.
Wow. There went the rear wing and everything. I mean, the whole back of the car just exploded. No place for David Gilliland to go. Casey Kane, several other cars spinning to the bottom right there. I mean, there's a lot of cars torn up, and nobody's fault, especially Dale Jr.'s. He's just along for the ride, and all of a sudden the right rear explodes.
Now, he had only run 5 laps, and even if it's the same set of tires from the first practice, he only ran 8 laps in that first practice. We're riding with Tony Stewart. You'll see the explosion right there. And, boy, Tony just got through. In fact, they're probably going to have a little bit of splitter damage where he had to drive down off the apron through the grass.
I'd say, and also
amazing.
damage, I think Jeff mentioned, on the 9 car.
Yeah, Casey Kane got a piece, I think, or maybe Tony's right here in the back of him.
Yep.
He hit him and knocked him up in there. But Tony's got some minor damage to his car.
See Hamlin to the bottom, Bobby Labonte to the bottom.
Larry, I have seen a lot of tires explode in my lifetime. That has to be one of the most unbelievable situations I've ever seen.
I mean, blew the back of the car off.
All the way off.
Look at the damage on Casey Kane in the 9.
Also being told that David Rudiman suffered some damage to the 44, his Toyota.
And guys, this is the kind of damage, they might be able to fix that race car for someplace else besides Talladega, but with that kind of damage, more than likely they'll have to go to a backup car also. There's the culprit. I mean, you can clearly see that the right rear has just, come a knot.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. has gotten out of his race car, as has David Gilliland. They are okay, but the same cannot be said for their damaged race cars.
And I know Dale Earnhardt Jr., even with the 8 laps that he got to run in that first practice before he had the engine issues, was very, very happy with the way that car was driving and the way that car was running.
I must pose the question, do you boys have any idea, any speculation as to how a right rear would fail like that?
And not that many laps on it either.
Well, let's hang on here a second. We're saying fail. They could have maybe run over something and cut it and did that. We don't want to jump on somebody right quick, but you can clearly see, that tire, it exploded.
Comes apart, and Casey Kane gets into the back of Tony Stewart. Stewart goes through the grass.
Boy, Scott Riggs in a 66 car just barely squeezed through there.
I'm still amazed that Tony didn't get more damage than what he did. He really was able to whack this car to the bottom of the racetrack and just barely got in the back of the 28. Got a little bit of damage from the 9 car when he hit him, but I believe they probably will be able to fix that 20 car.
I think the one that's borderline would be that 9 car, Jeff, because there's no way you're going to get back out there with any of these race cars like the 9 or the 44 cars. So the determination factor will be, do we go to a backup?
On board with Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Well, we lost the camera, but we did not lose audio.
Wow. Guys, I can tell you right now, that scared me, and I'm sitting up here in the booth and knew what was getting ready to happen. I'm telling you. Can you imagine what this guy felt and what he thought when that thing exploded?